उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Trambakam yajamahe, Sugandhim pushtivardhanam, Urvarukamiva bandhanan मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Sahanavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviyam Karavahai Tejasvi Avadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityoma Mrutangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Good afternoon. So one more week, you're done with the session. You come to an end. I appreciate your determination, your perseverance, your tenacity. Not easy to learn foreign language. You displayed great perseverance. Today I will come to your classrooms. Anyway, so it's long due. So please see page number 96. If you have a prayer book in your hand. Without spits, I'm half blind, but anyway, I'll read. India, our motherland. The longest night seems to be passing away. The sorest trouble seems to be coming to an end at last. The seeming corpse appears to be awakening. She is awakening, this motherland of ours. From her deep, long sleep, none can resist her anymore. Never is she going to sleep anymore. No outward powers can hold her back anymore, for the infinite giant is rising to her feet. So India was in deep slumber at that time. Swami Vivekananda had awakened the nation. That's true. And this year we are celebrating the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Whole country is gripped with this festive fever. So why should we celebrate? Do we have to celebrate on this scale? Yes, definitely. we don't really understand the value of this freedom unless actually you live under an authoritarian regime for some time. Our forefathers, those who lived before us, 2 generations or 3 generations back, what kind of life they led under the British rule, how suppressed and oppressed they were, how brutal the rule was, exorbitant taxation, systematic looting of the country had gone on for nearly 200 years. No political rights, no voice, you can't say a word against the government. You will be imprisoned, you will be jailed, you will be tortured. But they thought, let us sacrifice our lives, at least our future generations can breathe free. They can lead a better life. They can live in an independent country. They don't have to get suppressed like us. So let us sacrifice our lives. If they had not thought like that, today we would not have been breathing the free air that we are breathing. So it is their sacrifices that we need to remember. The great sacrifice actually we have won the freedom. So this is the time, this is the occasion. We remember and we paid our tribute and homage to those great martyrs. For example, I'm just giving an example in China. The people have more amenities and more comfort than what we have in India. Corruption is less, definitely. Okay, but people are longing for something, freedom. They're living in fear because they don't have a voice. They can't raise, they can't even criticize in private the government. There are many such authoritarian regimes, autocratic regimes even today in 21st century also. I don't say that democracy is a perfect form of governance. Democracy has its defects. But with the kind of diversity that we have successfully experimented with this political governance, form of governance. So we need to understand this. So the political freedom that we have achieved, that we are enjoying now, is a luxury for a vast majority of people even today in the world. I was just watching a YouTube video. A YouTuber had gone to Syria. You know, Syria is a devastated country. The last 10 years, they fought the civil war. All the important cities like Aleppo, Homs, historic cities. Aleppo is considered the oldest city in the world. Today, it is in ruins. It is in complete ruins. So he was asking the people, and he was telling in the end, there are certain don'ts that you should, when you visit Syria, you should not be doing this. What is that? The first thing he says, you should not criticize government even in private. You are not openly criticizing government. In a market, you are speaking to a friend. You said something against the ruler, against the government. There will be some plainclothes policemen around. They will arrest you and they will put in jail. They have constructed special jails for that. Anybody who criticizes the government or the ruler, they will be imprisoned. When you will be released, depends on the mercy of the ruler. You can be incarcerated for years together, sometimes even for lifetime will be there in jails. That kind of oppression in 21st century it's going on. So I'm not saying that democracy is a perfect form of government, but the political freedom that we enjoy here, you can criticize government, you can criticize our leaders, we can write against them, we can talk against them, you can participate in debates. And you can use today in abusive language people are using, which we should not be doing because it's self-rule basically. We have elected them, right? We have elected them. So when again we criticize them, you have the right, right to supervise over their functioning and whether they're really discharging their duties well, whether they're actually keeping their word, are they delivering on their promises or not. We have to keep a watch on them. That's what democracy is. Democracy doesn't mean that we will vote and afterwards we forget. So we monitor them. We have the right. But at the same time, sometimes people are going overboard and using abusive language because it's social media. They don't know where to stop. Right? That's actually unacceptable because we have elected our leaders after all, whichever party they might belong to. We must respect them as long as they're in power, at least. So this political freedom that we enjoy is a luxury. When we understand this and compare ourselves with the people who are under oppression and who are under dictatorial rule today, then we can really cherish it. And we need to cherish it and treasure this because our forefathers had made a great sacrifice of themselves so that we would enjoy this kind of freedom. And Swami Vivekananda, he is considered as the awakener of modern India. In fact, he who laid the foundation for the freedom struggle. Somebody asked Vivekananda, Swamiji was preaching so much of philosophy. We are under foreign rule, foreign subjugation. Why can't you join the freedom movement and fight for freedom? And Swamiji said, I will bring freedom in 3 days for you. But where are the people to keep it? The questioner did not understand what Swamiji meant. He wanted to convey to him that we are not a nation as yet. Had we been, the British would not have conquered, could not have conquered us. They're not a nation as yet. Swamiji wanted to unite the country. So he was looking for a common link. He found a common link, our civilizational roots, our spirituality, and with that he wanted to rouse the national consciousness, and he had succeeded in doing that. He built the foundation, and the subsequent political leaders, freedom fighters like Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose, they all built upon the structure. Foundation was laid by Vivekananda. And before independence, British police used to visit our headquarters in Belur Math. Many revolutionists had joined as monks after reading Vivekananda's lectures from Colombo to Almora. I suggest you all actually to read that book if you really want to understand the civilizational roots, if you really want to understand the glory and greatness of your motherland. This one book of Vivekananda at least you read. The book contains a series of lectures that he had delivered after his return from America in 1897. So Britishers actually searched every page. They wanted to ban the book. And every revolutionary was carrying the book. Absolutely, in the entire book, you will not find one sentence or one word against the British. He did not even use the word British. Without uttering a sentence against them, without condemning them, Swamiji roused the national consciousness. His question was, 75,000 Britishers were ruling 33 crore Indians. Away in no time. So that was the immediate task that he had before him, and that he succeeded fairly in uniting the nation, in rousing the national consciousness by reminding us of our glorious civilizational roots. And Mahatma Gandhi said, after reading Vivekananda, my love for country has increased by thousandfold, he said. And then he understood that the Britishers are real barbarians. They ought not to rule us. They don't have a moral right to rule us. British went on telling that you are uncivilized people, you are barbarians, you ought to be ruled by somebody else. We are more cultured, we are more civilized than you. But our freedom today sector also could not understand. But after reading Vivekananda, Mahatma Gandhi, father of the nation, had understood that these are the real barbarians. They conquer country after country. They loot the countries. Okay, they instigate wars, they plunder, they create bloodshed, and then they say they're the most civilized human beings on the planet Earth. Barbarians telling again and again that we are the most civilized. And then Vivekananda also told, Britain, one lady asked, Swamiji, if your country is so great, your philosophy is so great, your dharma is so great, how come that you are all so poor? Then Swamiji asked her, Madam, from where you got your prosperity? How many wars you have fought? How many countries you have exploited? How much of bloodshed you have created? We don't, Swami Vivekananda said, we don't want prosperity at that price. Okay, in Christianity, there is a saying like, the day of judgment. On the day of judgment, actually, you have to give your account before the Lord. Because when you go to heaven, Lord will ask you to give account for your omissions and commissions, for your good actions and bad actions. You will have to stand guilty in front of the Lord. But for us, there is no such need and necessity because we have never crossed our borders. We have never annexed another country. We have never exploited another race. We have not done that. So our conscience is clean. You are eating the food that is tainted with blood. Swamiji said, you could say these words on British soil in those days when we were in British oppression. So he was considered as the awakener of modern India. So I request you all, the young men of India and young women of India, kindly read at least that one book of Vivekananda. It will inspire you like anything. Lectures from Colombo to Almora, and now we are conducting a contest. You might have received the flyer. So you may participate in that contest also. It's a nationwide contest, only on 4 lectures. There are 28 lectures, but we are conducting a contest only in 4 lectures. The 4 lectures run into 100 pages, just 100-page content, all MCQs only. Okay, no negative marking. Online exam and online interview. Preparing for the exam also very easy. So kindly participate in the contest also. Thank you. Have a nice afternoon.